Good morning, afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to my brand new channel where I talk about Leeds United mainly and a bit of Premier League content here and there, hopefully, as I get better at editing and things like that. Look, yeah, I'm starting from the start, so if you guys could help me out, give me feedback, your thoughts. I'm here to build a community. It's not so much about making money or hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I just want a community where I can talk about Leeds and my thoughts and opinions. I feel like I've got some valid ones. I want to put them out there. So, with your guys' help, if you drop me a subscribe, drop me a like, I'll do the best I can to grow this channel. And the goal will be to, link up with some of those guys in the UK that I spoke to a little bit before, or a message when they first started up on ALTV, like you, Joe Wayman, and Connor, who is now at the One Leeds fan channel. That's the goal, that's the dream, that's what I want to do. So bear with me with the lighting, bear with me with the editing, bear with me with whatever it is, but I'll do the best I can to share my thoughts and opinions with you guys and create a safe place to have a chat, and hopefully it'll be a place where people can just talk Leeds and talk football, because that's what we all love. Background, myself, born here in Australia, so it's going to be a bit of an Australian thought on it. Don't get to the games, but I do get up early in the morning, 2-3 o'clock in the morning, to watch the games. So my reaction videos will be probably more after I've had a bit of a sleep first. But that's unfortunately how it is being Australian and not having the football on at a decent time. Also, fiance is French, so I do watch a lot of the Ligue 1. My team is Marseille, for anyone that's interested. So I might do a bit of a video talking about the Ligue 1 as well at some point, but mainly Leeds United preview, reviews, transfer market updates. Obviously, it's just gone past, but I still do a bit of a recap on that, and that's easy done. So I guess the best place to start off with, and also background, my mum and dad are from Leeds, my whole family's from Leeds. I'm basically a Yorkshireman at heart, so that's how I feel. I feel more English in it. I do Australian, but although the accent would say otherwise. But yeah, so I guess we'll hop straight into it. The game against Burnley. The season so far, I guess we've got 2 points so far, a possible 9. Good draw against Everton. Probably disappointed a bit against Burnley. I was hoping for the 3 points. I think most Leeds fans were, but Bamford goal, ideal. Need him off the mark. He looked isolated at times, which was a bit disappointing, but hopefully the addition of Dan James will bring that up. And I think Rafinha needs to sort of, while he's had some good moments, I don't feel he's playing at his full potential. It seems to be he starts the game a bit slow at the moment, and he's getting into the game a bit later and starting to show what he's got a bit later on. That might be unpopular opinion. I'm not sure. Like I said, let me know in the comments. But I feel like he's not got off to the start he really wants. Bit of luck with the Charlie Taylor slip, but you take those. Luck is what it is, and a wonder strike against Everton. So he has had some good moments, but I don't think he's got to the dizzy heights that he got to him the last year that was getting him touted with the likes of Liverpool. And a big move. So expect more from him. Luke Ayling, I thought he was poor in this game. I think he's been poor so far this season, and Jamie Shackleton came on and really sort of proved what we have, that we have depth there. And I love Luke Ayling. I love him. He seems good around the club. I love watching his videos. He's a funny guy. He seems like the sort of guy you want around the change rooms, but I think it takes him a little while to get into the season, so I'm hoping it's just a blip. I'm hoping that he can start getting his act together, because right now it's just not, it's not really linking up. These little 5-yard passes, the overlaps aren't really coming off, and the way Bielsa plays football, it's just not really coming out how I think he wants it to come. He wants it to come off. So see what happens there. Midfield, again, poor. Calvin Phillips was obviously, he's elite. He's an international footballer, so he ran the show. He was combative. He did everything that we needed to do against the likes of Brownhill, who were also at his heels. But he's done the right things. It's unfortunate right now we just don't really. It seems like we haven't really got that partnership linked up. So it'd be interesting to see if it is for sure, if he can come back from that injury. As Radrazani said online, one of the fans said. who's coming in for the midfield, and he said Adam Forshaw. So it is like a new signing. Bielsa said that he's the best player at the club before. Whether he still is now, it's debatable with Rafinha being here, but Forshaw's a grafter. I believe he will be back. He's just obviously on that later side of the 20s. I think he's 29, maybe close to 30 now, but and Click's also 31 now, so I'm starting to get a bit worried about that, but I think he'll do a job, and I'm crossing my fingers that he's going to do a job. So we'll see what happens there, but really to sort that out, 5-yard passes, not giving any relief to the back line, putting a lot of pressure on Calvin to get the job done for us, and to win the ball back and sit a bit deeper and be combative. And I think the Marcelo Bielsa system requires everyone to do that. But yeah, I think defensively we're really, really good. I don't want to be one of those guys that bashes Liam Cooper, but I just don't. I think he's the last choice centre back at the moment. I think Stroik's got to be world class, or at least just a really good Premier League player. And I think that Robin Koch's got a lot more to show, and I think he's got a bit more quality. And I think Liam Cooper, he served the club well, and I want him to stick around. But it's more, I don't know if he's the guy to start moving forward. I think at times, and again, drop a comment below what you think of Liam Cooper. If you love him, if you hate him, why not? I don't hate him. I like the guy. He seems like a nice guy. But as a footballer and what Leeds need, I think he's just prone to these, for lack of a better word, brain farts. He just seems to switch off at certain times, and he'll do really well. He talks a lot. He's combative, and then he does something silly like the penalty he gave away against Everton was just silly mistakes like that. Llorente, obviously, he had that mistake against Burnley, but you don't see it as often. He's seems a bit better at the back with passing, and that one little brain fart. But compared to Cooper, I feel like he does it more often than not. That's probably my comeback to anyone saying that I'm Cooper bashing. It's not Cooper bashing. I love him. He got us to the Premier League, but I just don't think he's that. Next level to keep it to take us to where we want to go. And I think he served as well last year, but I think he can stick around at the club, but I don't know if he's that starting combination, more of a cut player, or a, when we need a centre-back to come in, he's the guy to do it next. Ilian Meslier, he's had an okay start. I think his distribution has been really poor, but he's a shot stopper, and you saw that. The Burnley one was unfortunate. I don't think he had a great line of sight for it, if I'm honest with you, but those are going to happen, and I back Meslier. I think he's going to be world class one day, and I think we're very lucky to watch him play football, and we'll be looking back on him fondly if he's still at Leeds in the coming years. Fingers crossed again. And yeah, I think Dallas. We need Dallas back in the midfield. I think I like seeing Junior. I think Junior Firpo needs more time in that left back spot, but unfortunately, obviously, whenever there's two strikers up front, Marcelo's going to put 3 at the back and 2 wing backs. So, I think so far hasn't clicked a lot, but we've got 2 points against Burnley away, which is always a difficult game. Everton, difficult game. Man United, difficult game. So that's my sort of feedback whenever I hear people talk about Arsenal starts to the season, how their season starts now. Well, ours doesn't start until after the Liverpool game, which is next. So, I think we've had just as a difficult start as Arsenal. They've played Man City and Chelsea, which, arguably two title challenges, but they lost to Brentford. So, that was probably a bit of a perfect storm situation. Brentford just promoted. Arsenal being one of the top 6 and someone to get scalped, it was probably always going to be them. But at the same time, that's it just shows how poor they are at the moment. So, I think we've had just as difficult start. Everton's not easy. Burnley away is not easy. Liverpool next, obviously not easy. They've shown they're going to be challenging for a title, and obviously Man United, who just signed Ronaldo, so that shows the levels and quality difference at the moment. So I think after the Liverpool game is where our season starts. I think it's good. We've got 2 points so far. Everton's going to be where we sort of see ourselves, mid-table, up of 10th. Where do I think we're going to finish? I think 13th to 14th. I want top 10. Probably not going to happen. But with the addition of Dan James, I think it's a great signing. I think a few Leeds fans, and again, drop your comment below what you think of Dan James. I think he's a good player. He works hard. He's good defensively. Bags and bags of pace. Yeah, end product sometimes can be lacking, and that's what some United fans have been saying. But at the same time, I think under Bielsa, he's going to do well. Bielsa makes everyone better. He's made Bamford and Calvin Phillips into international footballers. At one point, we all were thinking Bamford was a bit of a donkey, but no, I love Bamford now. I wouldn't want anyone else up top. He's well spoken, very well spoken, nice guy. Seems like he really knows it. Really has earned his place in the squad. So, on that, yeah, that's my sort of thoughts on the season so far. Transfer window. I think we end up getting the players we sort of wanted. I think Firpo was what we needed. I think we needed a midfielder, but at the same time, I'm not too sure where Radrizzani's going with the money. I think he might be saving for something bigger. And I think Bielsa's calls the shots, and I think Bielsa's probably told him that he can get by with the squad we have. But then Dan James come up like Rafinha, the opportunity arises, and they splashed 25-30. We were wondering why Kuna and the lad that went to Atletico, the one that was from Italy, what was his name? I've forgotten, but he there's a transfer rumbling for a long time for him. It was the start of the transfer window, but both went to Atletico. Rodrigo De Paul. I think they're at the stage where they want to play European football. Yeah, we've got 25 million, 30 million for Dan James. Could have spent that on Kuna, but at the same time, we can't offer European football. And the biggest thing is, we have 25 million. We could have got Ronaldo based on that thought, but he was never going to come to Leeds. So we've got to be realistic where we are as a club at the moment, and obviously where that is pushing for top 10. Mid-table side pushing top 10, and preparing for life after Marcelo, because who knows how long he's going to be here for. We've got to adapt and use our youth system like we are. So, but yeah, that's a bit of my thoughts on so far the Leeds season, the transfer market, and an update on the channel and where I want to go with it. And again, I'm looking forward to making videos for you guys and content. It's a hobby for me. It's just to create a community. It's something I've always wanted to do. Just getting the gonads to do it. If you have any questions about Australia or anything like that as well, pop it in the comments. I'll talk about that as well in between the football chat. So more than happy to do so. And I'll speak to you later soon.